Hello everyone, my name is Liceo, and at this moment I'm going to talk about the two tools that are in the Web 2.0. Okay, the first tool is the present presentation, and I'm going to talk about of one activity in the present presentation. The activity is related to the personal information. Okay, now in the first activity we are going to talk about how to do a personal presentation. Okay, this is the total presentation. The personal presentation is divided in some steps. For example, uh, firstly, the name and last name, the age, and the place where are from. For example, the students, I will teach the students how that firstly in the personal presentation they must say the name. For example, my name is Pepito. Mm, uh, my name is Juan. I don't know. The age, I'm 28 and 16 years old. I'm the place where I'm from. I'm from Colombia, but I live in Medellin, but I live in Bogota. Okay. The next stage is related to the next stage is it's to say where you live exactly and with who you live there. For example, I live in Bogota. Um, I'm from Colombia, but I live in Bogota. And with who I live there? I live there with my mother, with my parents, with my father. I don't know. Okay, this is the idea. In this stage, it's necessary to speak about what they do. For example, if they are studying or they are working, um, if they are studying, they must say, I study at school, I study at institution, or I study at university, and I study some course, I study some career, I don't know, or I work in some company. Okay, this is the idea in this stage. Okay, the next stage is related to. In this part, it's time to speak of the hobbies. What are the hobbies? Using the phrase "I like" and "I love." For example, in this stage, in my personal presentation, I like to play football, but is if this is the favorite thing that I like to do. I can say I love to play football. No, I like to play football. I like to dancing. I like uh, 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 the students must say can say the idea is that student can change the word like by the word love. In no, not always say I like. They can they would change uh, uh, for the word love. Okay. And by the end, it's time to speak about their interest or in what they want to become in life. Interest, for example, or they want to become, for example, I would like to become in a professional in English, or I would like to become in an engineer, or I would like to become. Okay, the idea in this stage is that the students can say what to become or what they do in the future, what they like to do in the future. Okay, this is the talk present. Now, we are going to talk about of the real situation in one activity on in the Powtoon presentation. Okay, this activity is about the Peter and Jack. Peter and Jack's summer vacation, they were in the park in their town, so they beginning to think in a real situation. Okay, this is the video in the Powtoon presentation. Then Peter asked to Jack, "Hey Jack, what would you do if you were a superhero?" Peter said, "If I were a superhero, my name would be Peter Man." Okay. Then Peter said, "What about you? If you were a superhero, Jack?" Then Jack said, "If I were a superhero, I would try to conquer the Yellow Woman." The idea of this activity is that the students can learn about the real situation. Okay. Then Jack said, "If I were a superhero, I would try conquer the Yellow Woman." Then Peter smiled and said, "This is a good joke." Then Peter said, "If I were a superhero, I would have the recognition of the people, and if I had the recognition of the people, I would be very famous." So then Jack said, "If I were a superhero, I would conquer the Yellow Woman, and if I conquered the Yellow Woman, I would have everything." Ha ha ha! Peter smiled and said, "Really, Jack? Would you not do anything more than conquer the Yellow Woman?" Peter made fun of Jack, and they smiled. So the idea of this activity is that the students can learn about the real situation. The my idea of this is to show the two activities in the Web 2.0, the presentation that are in the Web 2.0 and the Powtoon presentation. So thank you for watching this video. My name is Eliseo.